I'm slipping into the lava, and I'm trying to keep from going under. Baby, you take my temperature hotter, 'cause I'm burning up with you, baby. Let's begin the stream. I'm sure no one is in the comment section right now to hear me sing, but all of you watching the replay are you're gonna laugh your heads off at that one. 33 burning questions. All the questions are in the description, and I did not bother to write them individually on the screen. Question uno: which Deadpool cast member should come with? Negasonic Teenage Warhead. No. It's gotta be. It's not Cable. I want to say, if you had to choose one, it's gotta be his woman whose name escapes me. But if you're keeping somebody, I don't know how they'll bring Deadpool over, but if they bring a cast member with Deadpool, it'll be that woman. Question number 2 of 33. It's on the title card. Does Hulk come in medium? Good day. I'm just trying to wonder. You got this huge Hulk, you've got all these different versions of Hulk, but what if he's only a little bit mad? Answer to that question, I have to say, is no. It's a state, it's a transformation. It's not necessarily a reflection of how angry he is. While getting angry is the way into getting into a Hulk, I don't think that the Hulk himself is like a measure of anger. Question number 3. Has Marvel surpassed Star Wars? And I feel like I asked myself this question once before. I say yes, it's surpassed Star Wars. Yes, Marvel or Star Wars does have the generation thing, but when you remember that Marvel's also been around in different mediums in the last 40 years, so do they. So do they. I'm going to go ahead and say yes to that. What do you say about that, Raven? Good day. Good day. Question number 4. Actually, let me see what you got to say here. Gray Hulk is medium Hulk? I don't know enough to disprove that. We're going to rock with that. Question 4 is, could Hawkeye have hit Quicksilver? Remember he made that joke in Age of Ultron? He's like, yeah, no one will notice. He was doing well and he got hit. No. As great as Hawkeye's accuracy is, he doesn't have the Sharingan eyes. He can't see someone before they come. He may be able to predict where that Chitauri guy is flying on his ship based on the direction he's going at the speed he's been going, and he can get him without looking. He cannot get Quicksilver in his speed. Question number 5. Which villain would make the best hero? I don't know. As far as villains go, we know that Killmonger would make the worst hero, the worst villain actually, hero. He tried to arm oppressed people across the world and giving them weapons. Killmonger was wrong. Loki because he can do get help. Loki's a good one. He did kind of turn good at the end of that film. Thanos would be the worst because he's trying to kill half people. Everyone, right about now, everyone who was defending Thanos, right? All this population control talk, it's not so funny anymore. I'm gonna go Loki, I guess. Nah, Ghost. Ghost was alright. She never did anything bad. She's a villain because she tried all that stuff in Ant-Man and the Wasp, but she'd make the best hero. I could see her. Maybe she'll be in Thunderbolts. Ooh. Question number 6. And you guys can answer these questions with me. Is Agent Sitwell still alive? You remember in Winter Soldier where they had him, it was right after they interrogated him on the roof and Falcon, lifted him back up and he started spilling the beans, dropping Strange's name and everybody. He was in a car. Bucky, Winter Soldier, pulled him out and he went on oncoming traffic the other way, and that's the last we seen him. Is Agent Sitwell still alive? No one who dies is permanently dead, so I'm gonna say yes. Like, if you don't die on screen, then it's gonna be a big shock when he's still alive when they want to do something with Hydra. I'm gonna say Agent Sitwell's still with us. Question 7. How long was Doctor Strange studying for? Basically, I'm asking you how long the film was of Doctor Strange. Let's say What they did mention was, well, the Avengers deal with physical threats, and we're here for the astral threats. If the Avengers existed, then this movie had to have taken place past 2012. And if it's after 2012, the movie came out when Thor Ragnarok came out, right? He visited Doctor Strange. And Thor Ragnarok happens right before they meet Thanos' ship at the end of the film. So that movie takes place in 2018, right? Doctor Strange, the movie happens between 2012 and 2018. I am going to say that he's been studying for 5 years. And not to mention the time he was bargaining with Dormammu. I don't know how many times he turned alive and dead and alive and dead. How much time and practice he got to do with all his spells. Especially with Thanos, he had 14,605 tries at battling Thanos. So don't tell me that he's not good at his skills. I'm gonna give him 5 years of training. Question number 8. Was Yon-Rogg promoted? Last we seen from him, Captain Marvel gives him a jolt and says, "Go tell Kree's Supreme Intelligence that I'm coming." Where's he been since? What's happened to him? I'm saying that he was promoted. That's a leading question, of course, when I ask it like that. But I'm going to say Yon-Rogg was promoted to higher, especially with Ronan gone after Guardians 1. Question number 9. How did you believe Fury lost an eye? Before the disappointing news that Flurkin scratched his eye in Captain Marvel, I thought it was Skrull related, man. I thought it had to do with something where he couldn't trust anybody. Question number 10. Is Aunt May on the run too? This is assuming that Peter Parker is going to be away, running away, trying to get away from home. The movie will be called Home on the Road or something with home in it. Is Aunt May on the run also with him? Yeah, you gotta protect her because Spider-Man has enemies and she is someone who's gonna ride with him. She's gotta be with him. And maybe Happy Hogan's taking care of them and their security. That's always fun. Question 11. Was Vision ever alive? Vision, Vision, Vision. He could lift Thor's hammer, he had the Mind Stone, but he was not alive. I don't have a soft spot for AIs and things like that. Question number 9. Or sorry, did I say 9? I'm on question 12. Will Sokovia turn into Latveria? This is a cool way of giving Latveria some history that you don't really have to work on. It's an Eastern European country. This is a leading question again, and I'm going to say yes. I want Sokovia to change their name to Latveria. I want Doom to be the one to liberate them or set that up, and then at least you can get some history, rich history. They already hate the Avengers. Turn Sokovia into Latveria. There's no Sokovia that really exists in the world, by the way, in case anyone was wondering. Question number 13. What the hell is Darcy's role in WandaVision? Darcy, she is the assistant of Jane Foster. What could she possibly be doing in WandaVision? Well, preparing us for Thor, Love and Thunder. Oh, but what will she be doing there? I don't know, but I just know. I guess that's a bad answer. I don't know, but I do know it will help with what happens in Thor, Love and Thunder. Same with like Jimmy Woo and everyone else who's going to be in that. Question number 14. Who is the least likely to ever die? Live chat, answer that question for me. Who is the least likely to ever die? What else were you guys saying in here? I thought it was Winter Soldier related. Knife fight with a good friend. Spider-Man always protects his girl. You talking about Aunt May? Yeah. And you never play knifey spoony with an Aussie, my friend. That's a Simpsons reference. Let's go to the next question. Least likely to ever die is what I was asking. And the answer to that question is the Hulk. It's gotta be the Hulk. That guy will never die. I don't see them replacing him. He can fit that role forever. It's gotta be the Hulk. Hawkeye, least likely to ever die? That's the most likely to ever die. What's up, Adnan Kabir? Kabir means big in Arabic. 15. Does Howard Stark have more kids? I'm going to say no. He does in the comic books, right? He's got Arno Stark and all the other Starks. They're not going to make that mistake. Yes, it was a mistake. Howard Stark has Tony, and that's it. We don't need to get creative, guys. Question number 16. The worst post-credits scene. Damn, I can't think of one. Usually I prepare my answers before, but the worst post-credits scene, I would have to think, well, for DC, it's the Birds of Prey movie, because that's a complete troll. Oh, you know what was a troll? Ant-Man and the Wasp. Not the first one, that was cool, but when the ant was playing the drums, and it was like, ugh, that was the worst. It added no value, and it made me want, I was so mad at that one. A Hulk movie. What about a Hulk movie? You think we'll never get a Hulk movie? You think we will get a Hulk movie? What question was I asking that made you answer Hulk movie? The worst post-credit scene was in the Hulk movie? That was the one where Tony Stark met with Thunderbolt Ross. What was so bad about that? That was cool. I'll give that one its points. I agree. Hulk always keeps changing and getting stronger. Yeah, he keeps changing, evolving. One day we'll get like She-Hulk from his blood or something. Hulk keeps changing and getting stronger. Question number 17. What's the MCU's best couple? Do-do-do. Oh. Do-do-do-do-do-do-dum. MJ and Peter. The best one was Pepper and Tony. The best one could have been Captain America and Peggy, but Peggy's dead, and Captain America's really old. It's not Thor and Jane, not at all. That's a pathetic one. You got to give it to Michelle Jones and Peter Parker. Am I forgetting any? No, that's them. Question 18 is, which upcoming film will make the least money? We got Black Widow. We got Eternals. We got Shang-Chi. The ones come after that, I'm sure will be fine, like Thor, Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel. I'm sure they'll be good. So looking at these next three, Black Widow's circumstances are unique. But will people show out for it anyways? No, by November, I want to say everything's going to be back to normal. By November, yeah, it'll be like, we're in May now. You're an all-star. We're in May now, and I see a whole lot more traffic, at least in my city, and I see a whole lot less concern about it. And I just don't picture, I think everyone who was going to get it, got it. Everyone who was going to be irresponsible, not distance themselves and everything. And we got like, 6 more months until then? So Black Widow, depending on fear, I don't know. But I'm going to say Black Widow will be fine. Eternals has a lot of what ifs. I don't even know anything about, I do know one thing about that film, but like we don't have a trailer for it. Yes, it was filmed. They'll have longer time for post-production because of this crisis, I think. And then there's Shang-Chi, but Shang-Chi has the Chinese market though to boost that up. The Eternals got to make the least amount of money, right? That's what I would say. And it didn't have one. Oh, the post-credit scene for the Hulk movie? I thought it did have one. I thought it was when Tony met with Thunderbolt Ross in that bar. You sure that wasn't it? Then he says the best MCU couple in the MCU was Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth. The Eternals, that's what I was saying. Because of Inhumans? Whoa, how are those related at all? The Eternals and the Inhumans? You think that's where we'll get the Terrigen Mist and that's when it'll give Kamala Khan her powers? Ooh. Yeah, that could be it, right? We could have a Terrigen Mist explosion. In comic books, it was the event called Infinity. Around 2013 was that event. And then Kamala gets her powers because she's just chilling in Jersey and that cloud happened to come by. Question number 19. What did the Avengers do with Thanos' corpse? Nebula was with them. So while Thor did the cut and he walked away and then we saw 5 years later, I believe she dug that bot. She dug a grave, went to that planet, or stayed in that planet that they were in, and she buried him. And who helped her? Who had compassion? I'll give Carol Danvers. Who else helped her? Was Tony on that mission? No, he wasn't. And he was best friends with her. He spent like a couple of weeks on the Milano with her before they almost died. I'm going to say Carol helped. I'm going to say War Machine helped also because they seem to be good in the later scenes of the movie. And maybe that's the beginning of their relationship. Question 20. Are you still mad at Loki? I think I asked this question before, didn't I? Am I still mad at Loki? Even though he's dead, he did a lot of villainous things. And it takes a lot more than a good moment in a movie because there was one greater enemy, there was a bigger threat named Hela, which made you unite with your original enemy, Thor. I don't forgive you for that, man. It's gonna take a little bit more, even though you don't get help. I say fire. Again, I gotta remember which question I was asking when you answered that question with I say fire. What did they do with Thanos' corpse? Oh, you think they burned it on fire? Possibly. Question 21. What color is Natasha's hair? Her true hair. Are her eyelashes red? No. Therefore, it's not red. It truly is blonde. When she was on the run, her hair changed to blonde. That's because Natasha didn't have that red hair dye to use anymore. And remember when she had like half red and then half blonde at the back of the head? That was to make it look like her original hair color was red. So she had to play that. She had to like week by week dye until it got there. That's the trick. That's the spy. She's a super spy. I'm gonna say her original hair color was blonde and not red. Question 22. Where does Captain Marvel live? Where? She goes away. We don't see her for years. She's got that beeper, but where does she live? Nat's hair is red. It will always be red. OG, it was black. So it wasn't always. Fight in the comment section. Captain Marvel lives on a planet. Which planet? Not one that we've met. Not one we've been introduced to. And it's not the Kree homeworld, but it's gonna be a Kree world where she's just doing battles and trying to make some ground against the Kree. That's where she lives. Question number, we're getting up there. 23. Will we ever know Thanos' sword's material? It cracked open Captain America's shield. Whether we think it's vibranium or Uru, will we ever find the answer to that question? We're not going to be in space that much in these next few movies, are we? There's the Thor movie, there's the Guardians movie. In Eternals. Whoa, we're going to be in space a lot, actually, now that I think of it. Then let me change my answer. We'll get the answer to what Thanos' sword was made out of. Question number 24. Who is the second most popular creator at Marvel? Stan Lee's number one, but who does everyone know, general fans know, more than Stan Lee? As much as Stan Lee. It's not Chris Claremont. Even though I think he should get second prize. Think of Steve Ditko, you think of Jack Kirby. It's got to be one of those two. With the Skrulls. Yeah. She's living with the Skrulls, but maybe on a Kree homeworld. Maybe she's using the Skrulls to fight. That's what I'm just thinking. Most popular creator, probably Jim Starlin now. He had a little cameo in Endgame. Maybe he's the second most popular comic book creator. 25. What's the next film with Hulk? I can't think of one. Films out of these next 5, 6, we're not going to get a film with Hulk. Maybe Thor Love and Thunder, maybe. Yeah, let's go with Thor Love and Thunder. Nah, Jane Foster will kind of be that second. And we'll get Valkyrie. Is there even space for the Hulk? If there is going to be a movie with him, it won't be in the Black Widow movie. It'll be Thor Love and Thunder. Watch him be in the Black Widow movie. Question number 26. Man, who purchased Avengers Tower? We saw it at the end of Homecoming. They were cleaning it out and moved everything to New Jersey. Who bought the tower? It was just sold. And it's been some time and no one's been in it, living in it. We didn't see anyone living in it in Far From Home, but we did see one, two, three question mark for number four. I'm giving that to the Fantastic Four. Just like Sokovia, we're just gonna say that we were building up to this the whole time, and I'm giving it to that Fantastic Four. Made from unobtainium. Unobtainium. Is that a thing, or did you just make a joke? Is unobtainium an actual metal that exists in Marvel? I know there's badassium. That's a element that Iron Man invented, but is unobtainium an actual thing? I'm with you, Fantastic Four. Maybe Hulk will appear in the next Spider-Man. That's very true, right? Because it's Sony and they got that Sony money. Look, they got Iron Man for their first Spider-Man movie, so why not do a little thing with the Hulk? I don't know. Yeah, I think the Sony film, Spider-Man, they've got the most chance of being, how do I say this, experimental with their film, where there's going to be an ongoing story being built in those other films. Spider-Man story will be like, we'll just build to the next time we see Spider-Man, but we won't be doing a whole lot of world building in the universe because we don't know what the contract situation is going to be the next time around. Unobtainium is the stuff from Avatar they were looking for. Oh, and the movie with the blue people. I just watched that. How did I not know that the name of the material? Thank you for that. Question number 27. Where was Mjolnir before Endgame Thor summoned it? Puts his hand out, gets it, I'm still worthy. And then they leave 2014. Where the hell was it? Right? Where was it? And we know that as soon as he got it, Captain America went back at that exact moment in time, or maybe like a few seconds later, appeared on the scene and probably put it back to where it was supposed to be. He's like, "Oh, Freya, where does this go? Over there, young." And then he flings it over to there. But where was it? Well, it was obviously somewhere where Thor wasn't using it. I'm gonna say that Thor's hammer was on the floor of Lady Sif's home. Next question is, who needs to use their superhero name more? The Hulk gets his name used. Ant-Man gets his name used. I've heard the Black Widow and the Winter Soldier when them guys were all talking about her on the radio, like, "Oh, Black Widow's doing this on the boat," or "Black Widow's gonna be over there." We've heard Cap all the time. His is the most normal one. Iron Man says his own name like twice. They ended a movie with him saying his name. Spider-Man, "Hey, I'm Spider-Man." Doctor Strange, been telling people Doctor Strange. "Oh, that's weird. No, no, no. My name is Doctor. Doctor's your name, Doctor Strange." The one who doesn't use their name is Captain Marvel. Not once in her own film did they call her Captain Marvel. You get a little joke when Nick Fury tells her your name's going to be Marvel, but she never used her name. So, the only time we've actually heard Captain Marvel is when Peter Parker says that to Nick Fury, and it was a Skrull the whole time. That's the only time we get Captain Marvel? Like, that was the only time. When she showed up, Cap, in the Endgame battle, and she crashed through that ship, Cap was like, "Danvers, we need an assist." He never called her Captain Marvel. We need to hear that name a little bit more, especially when it's called Marvel. That's the whole name of branding, and someone Captain Marvel. That's the whole beef. The whole you can watch a video by Casually Comics where she explains this, but the whole Captain Marvel thing and the branding of it, and the DC and the Fawcett comics and the Ive and all that. Question number 29. Which actor brought the most life to their comic book character? Tony Stark. No exceptions. Question number 30. What's the backstory of Nowhere? We know it's the severed head of a Celestial, but man, what's the backstory of it? I'm gonna say we'll find out in Eternals just whose head it was that was chopped off. I'll tell you where we'll find out. It'll be in Eternals, and I don't want to commit to an idea yet. In the hand of Thor. So he just had it in his hand, doing his thing, and then it goes over to the next Thor, like that Thor was more worthy than him the whole time. You're telling me Endgame Thor, who was fat, and 5 years later Thor, that guy had more worthiness than the actual Thor himself, eh? That's what you're saying. I'm not saying it. You're saying that. Okay. The question number 31 is, what were those Ragnarok clippers made of? Stan Lee's cameo, he had that haircut ready for Thor. It looked good afterwards. But what does it gotta be made out of to cut the hair of an Asgardian? Your guess is as good as mine. It was made of unobtainium. Question 32 is, Kamala, is she an Inhuman? Are they gonna do that? We were just talking about this earlier, right? About how the Eternals might have. I think Raven was the one who brought it up. Inhumans in there, in the Terrigen Mist. Will they make Kamala an Inhuman? I think yes. I did see some rumors. They're just rumors that they're casting a new Black Bolt and it'll be Vin Diesel and he's gonna be Groot and Vin Diesel. I'm gonna say yes. They're not gonna deviate for too much. When her series comes out, I think it'll be before Captain Marvel's movie comes out. So so the Eternals might have that Terrigen Mist, which will affect the series, and then she can appear in the Carol Danvers movie. Null beheaded the Celestial. That's true. Ooh, that would be so interesting if they do the Null direction, because Null is like a good villain and he's new. That would be really cool. We don't gotta like dwell on the old stuff. It would show that Kevin Feige likes new things. Well, he likes new things because Ms. Marvel's appearing. And by the way, that's the part where I stopped the show to remind everyone that her name is Ms. Marvel, not Miss Marvel or Mrs. Marvel. Ms. with a Z sound. What'd you say here? Thor probably just left in his room. His room? Nah, Lady Sif's room. Come on now. I actually think they should make Kamala a mutant. I actually don't think they should make her a mutant. I'm all for comic book adaptations being accurate, so that's why I don't want that. If you do, explain why you want that. Why do you actually think Kamala should be a mutant? And I'll get on with my last question, the 33rd burning question. I'm gonna try to end this before 30 minutes because no one clicks on a video if it's longer than 30 minutes. It's just more sexier to click on a 29-minute video. Who will lead the Avengers is the last question. Question 33, who will lead the Avengers? The answer is who led the Avengers in the past, right? Who led the Avengers in the past? It was Captain America or it was Iron Man. On Iron Man's side, he was the guy who Bruce Banner went to in Infinity War. Oh, Thanos is coming. He was the guy who made Spider-Man an Avenger in the end of Spider-Man's movie. He was the guy funding it. He was the guy assembling the team in that post-credit scene with the Hulk. But on Captain America's side, at the end of Age of Ultron, he says, Avengers, and then it cuts away. It was him saying the same thing, Avengers Assemble, during the Endgame battle. It was Captain America leading in the first Avengers movie after the circle shot. Tony says, call it, Cap. And then Cap says, hey, we need eyes. Take Hawkeye up there. Hey, Black Widow, we're going to keep the fighting on the ground. Thor, bottleneck that portal. You got the lightning. And Hulk, smash. Remember that? Cap gave the orders. Tony, he took a step down for Cap. So I'm going to say that it was Tony who led it back then. That's who led the Avengers. That's the answer to that question. Who will lead it in the future? Cap. It's Captain Marvel. See what you got to say here. Well, because they don't have to do the Inhumans, which I think they want to avoid, Marvel and Kevin Feige. And because mutants are more representative of oppressed and discriminated peoples. She's Muslim. That's pretty oppressed. That's discrimination if she lives in America. I think they got that covered with that aspect of her character. And them wanting to avoid, Marvel and Feige wanting to avoid the Inhumans no longer exists because the whole Ike Perlmutter stuff is gone. He's the chief creative officer of Marvel. He's the final voice. So I don't think they need to worry about the Inhumans and all that stuff. They can do it their own way. They'll ignore the Inhumans TV show that happened on ABC. That's what I think. That's what you think. I mean, who's to say one's more right than the other? We're both fans. Wasp was the longest leader in comics. That is not happening in the movies, my friend. That's the video. 33 burning questions. See, when I don't have a guest or something, I can get them down to 30 minutes. But if I had a guest, I would go like an hour purposefully because I'd have to answer, they'd have to answer. We'd look at these fan questions. And I did this so early in the morning. It's 9:45. That there wasn't a lot of people to join, but I do appreciate everyone who has joined, anyone who took their time out of their lives to be like, I'm going to chill with this guy named Chillmonger with the Cyclops was right t-shirt. That's the vids. I don't think anyone ever watched the Inhumans show. I didn't watch the Inhumans show. I'm out of here like Vladimir. Everyone take care and broadcast.